Welcome to Supercar. If the true cost of automotive value and the hidden truth behind promotional hype are important to your buying decisions, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications now. The 2025 Dacia Duster has cemented its position as a global phenomenon. It has successfully shaken off its basic image, presenting itself with a rugged, squared-off aesthetic often favorably compared to a miniature Land Rover. Its marketing pitch is compelling, delivering maximal car for minimal money with starting prices hovering around the £20,000 mark. For the budget-conscious buyer seeking capability, the Duster appears to be the ultimate value hero. The Duster's immense affordability, however, is not a financial miracle. It is the result of ruthless, uncompromising cost optimization. The core thesis of this analysis is to uncover precisely where Dacia made those systematic cuts. These trade-offs are not merely minor inconveniences, they are systemic flaws that demand a hidden premium, a premium paid in refinement, reliability, and most critically, safety. These systemic sacrifices constitute the true nightmare of long-term ownership. Step inside the Duster, and the fairy tale of rugged capability begins to erode. This investigation reveals that Dacia's cost-saving measures manifest as daily acoustic torture and frustrating ergonomic compromises that serve as a constant reminder of exactly how much money was saved during the purchasing process. The Duster's interior is functionally designed to be hard-wearing and utilitarian, intended for durability rather than luxury. For the price, the expectation is not for soft-touch materials, but owners frequently report that the quality extends past mere austerity into functional fragility. Complaints include basic materials that stretch or come undone, specific plastic parts, such as headrest clips, that snap easily, and seat designs that lack comfort on long journeys. A commonly cited example of ergonomic failure is the armrest, which has been critically described by owners as feeling like a concrete step. These consistent reports indicate that while the design is simple, the component quality in certain areas is insufficient even for rugged daily use. One of the most persistent complaints impacting daily drive quality is the Duster's significant noise intrusion at speed, making it noticeably noisier than alternatives. This acoustic penalty stems from a dual compromise in engineering aimed squarely at cost reduction. The first compromise involves the installation of minimal sound deadening material to save weight and production expense. The second is the composition of the cabin materials itself. The high volume of hard plastics used throughout the interior does not absorb sound waves. Instead, these surfaces reflect and amplify both wind and road noise. This synergy of compromises creates an enduring flaw. Dacia did not just save money on insulation and materials. They made two decisions that compounded to produce one amplified, high-decibel environment on the motorway. While the vehicle is affordable to purchase, the long-term utility for road trips or extended high-speed driving is severely diminished due to auditory fatigue. The owner is ultimately forced to either accept reduced comfort or budget for potentially expensive aftermarket soundproofing, which honestly, dramatically erodes the initial value proposition. In the modern automotive landscape, the car's media system is expected to function as reliably as a smartphone. Yet, for many Duster owners, interacting with the media system is less like operating a 2025 model and more like troubleshooting a faulty budget-tier computing system that frequently exhibits major instability during operation. So, common issues reported by owners include the multimedia screen freezing up, sometimes blacking out entirely, or just failing to start up when you turn on the vehicle. Beyond that core failure, the general responsiveness is, well, pretty poor, with some specific glitches hitting the 360-degree camera and ongoing connectivity problems that just keep coming back with Android Auto and Bluetooth interfaces. These issues don't stop there. Random error alerts, sudden shrill noises from the speakers, and those frustrating dashboard warnings like check start, stop all pile on, raising driver anxiety and really eroding confidence in the vehicle's electrical stability. Now, the most profound evidence of fundamental electrical fragility is honestly found in the bizarre fix required when the media screen just refuses to start. owners have figured out a workaround that, get this, demands a whole manual sequence. You have to stop the car, turn off the engine, open and close the driver's door, and then restart the vehicle. This kind of process suggests a failure in the control unit's initialization when you turn the ignition on. The fact that you need a specific, forced power kill sequence tied to something as basic as the door being closed really points to an underlying fault in the electronic control unit architecture. It indicates the problem goes way beyond a simple software bug. It actually hints at an inadequate electrical design or maybe even an underpowered processor, where honestly, quality assurance was probably sacrificed just to meet cost targets. And, while some early software glitches were supposedly fixed through over-the-air updates, the need for such a basic, manual fix really confirms the instability of the vehicle's electrical setup, turning what should be a convenient feature into a daily frustration. The Duster is, promoted as a vehicle that's supposed to save you money, but if you take a closer look, you'll see that if a buyer wants the modern convenience of an automatic transmission, Dacia actually forces them into the hybrid model. That's a calculated move that, unfortunately, really compromises the value equation, leaving the customer with an engine that's not only comparatively slow and acoustically poor, but also, honestly, just not worth the significant financial premium. The current generation Duster is generally acknowledged as being much nicer to drive than its predecessors, demonstrating improved steering competency and stable ride control. Nevertheless, industry experts are quick to clarify that it does not qualify as a driver's car. Furthermore, Dacia's decision to remove the popular diesel engine option limits the choices available, particularly for high-mileage drivers who prioritize low-end torque and long-distance fuel economy. So, is the 2025 Dacia Duster a nightmare that should be actively avoided? The answer depends entirely on the price a buyer is willing to pay for what they don't receive. So the analysis really boils down to, 4 critical trade-offs. First, there's the kind of systemic discomfort caused by auditory fatigue and those coarse interior materials. Then, the daily frustration of digital instability, plus the need for these bizarre manual restarts. Third, there's the economic trap of what we call the hybrid tax, which basically forces you into expensive upgrades for, honestly, minimal performance gain. And finally, there's the undeniable critical 3-star safety deficit, which comes from removing some essential accident avoidance technology. However, the Duster still holds on to a strong identity as an excellent rugged utility tool, especially for folks who, really prioritize volume and capability above everything else. Take the Duster Cargo version, for example. It offers over 1,100 liters of flat load space. The vehicle is often praised as the ultimate antidote to all the feature bloat you find in those over-engineered rivals. It's just an effective machine for buyers who see a vehicle as purely practical transport and really aren't too concerned with refinement or status. The final warning is, pretty clear. Prospective buyers really need to understand that by choosing the Duster, they're accepting a car where modern safety standards have been, demonstrably compromised just to hit a certain price point. When it comes to both technology and active protection, the Duster feels less like a contemporary vehicle and more like an old car. This acceptance of compromised safety to achieve affordability is kind of the unwarned nightmare that Dacia hopes consumers will overlook. Let us know what you think in the comments. Would you prioritize comprehensive safety technology or extreme affordability? Like this video and subscribe to Supercar for more unfiltered reviews.